You know that feeling, right? You're in a conversation and you're stuck. You can either drop a hard truth or you can just be kind. It feels like there's no way to win. But what if that's not the whole story? What if there's a better way to handle these contentious moments?
This is it. This is the big question that just hangs in the air during those tough talks. You know you're right, you've got the facts on your side, but you also really care about the person you're talking to. Speaking up feels like a huge risk, but staying quiet, that doesn't feel right either. So what's the play?
Okay, so before we dive deeper, let's just get on the same page with our keyword for today, contentious. This is more than just a simple disagreement. It's that charge in the air, that feeling you get when you know an argument is about to break out. These are the tricky, emotionally loaded situations we're trying to figure out. We tend to think of this as a fight inside our own heads. It's almost like you've got two little figures, one on each shoulder, having a full-blown debate about what you should do next.
And there they are, the classic tug of war. On one shoulder, you've got the lawyer, right? All about logic, facts, and the undeniable need to be correct. But then on the other shoulder, you've got the angel, pleading for empathy, for compassion, for just protecting the other person's feelings. We all know these two voices, don't we?
But here's a thought. What if this whole battle is based on a false choice? What if it's not either or? The source material we're looking at suggests there's a third option, a much more powerful path forward. And here's the big idea. When it really matters, when the stakes are high and you actually care about the relationship, the goal isn't just to be right, and it's not just to be nice. It's to be both. Think about it. Delivering a difficult truth with real, genuine kindness shows you care way more about the person than you do about just winning an argument.
But, and this is a big but, there is one critical exception to this rule. There is a time when trying to be right, even with all the kindness in the world, can just blow up in your face. This is what we're going to call the preaching trap.
This is the trap. It's that moment you realize you're just repeating truths to someone who already knows everything you're saying. You're not bringing any new info to the table. You're not actually helping. Your good intentions have turned into a lecture. And honestly, it usually does more harm than good. So how can you tell if you're helping or just preaching? Well, there are a few dead giveaways. First, they already know what you're saying. You're not offering some brilliant new insight. But the biggest sign, the real tell, is that last point. You're pushing them to be this ideal version of themselves that they are already fighting and maybe failing to become. Your words just become one more painful reminder of that struggle. Okay, so let's make this real. What does this actually look like day to day? The source material gives us a couple of fantastic examples that show just how fine a line this really is. Let's look at two dilemmas. First, a friend who smokes. The advice here? Step back. Why? Because every smoker on the planet knows it's bad for them. It's an addiction. Your pressure isn't help, it's just pressure. And it might just push them away. Now contrast that with a friend's weight loss. This one's a bit different, because it can be a team effort, a gentle push might be helpful, but you see the danger, right? Even here, it's so easy to slip into that preaching trap. It's a really delicate balance. So if pushing for the truth isn't always the answer, then what are you supposed to do? This leads us to a totally new way of thinking about this, a different approach to finding peace when things get tense.
And this requires a huge mental shift. It means we have to accept that sometimes we can't fix it, and it is absolutely okay to feel helpless. Your best, most powerful role might not be the hero who swoops in with the truth. It might be the quiet supporter on the sidelines, just waiting, ready to help if and only if they ask for it.
This all builds up to this really beautiful idea of what peace is. But this one sink in. Peace isn't the absence of noise. It's the ability to dance in the middle of it without losing your rhythm. It's not about avoiding messy conversations. It's about learning how to move through the mess with grace, staying connected to that person without losing yourself in the process. So I'm going to leave you with this question. The next time you find yourself in one of those difficult conversations, ask yourself, who are you going to be? The lawyer, fighting to be right? The angel, sacrificing truth to be kind? Or are you going to be the dancer, finding that rhythm to move with both truth and kindness?